Hello, hello, it's Rosa.
And Jules.
Welcome to Let's Unpack It.
Okay, so we're here.
Hi, everyone. This is our first time in the podcast studio.
Yeah, we finally are leveling up, I guess. This is our version of leveling up. I think something that's really funny that none of you can see that I actually think I'll take an outtake on is because this podcast studio, it's our first time in the space. The chairs are made for really tall people. So my feet are now on two pillows. My feet could not reach the ground, which...
I mean, it just looks really adorable. And I'm just so glad that I can reach the ground because I'm maybe 2 centimeters taller than you are. That's about
Literally,
it.
I'm like the princess of the pea over here. It's so funny. The lovely guy working with us at the podcast studio literally brought me 2 pillows to put my feet on, which
Honestly.
is highlight of the morning. But that's not what we're here to discuss. So. Oh,
it's been ages since we saw each other, actually, you know. I know you've been, traveling all over the world, not only Europe, but you've been literally everywhere.
I know. I mean, we actually haven't seen each other since March.
True.
And
so
it's mid-April.
1.5 months?
Yeah, it's been 1.5 months since we've seen each other. Rosa turned 30 finally, so she'll maybe stop saying that she's so old. Maybe she'll start saying she's so young because she doesn't want to be old.
I do have to say, I know you're going to roll your eyes. I don't care. But for me, I feel already it's different. But in a good way.
It's not different.
It is.
It's not different. I think we have to stop putting so much stock in the number. Just stop, it just doesn't matter. I know people who are the most fabulous people I've ever met and they're 50 and they've changed my perception of the number 50. And I'm because I'm stuck on this number that just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I see your point, and I think you're right. I do think it can, on the other hand, also be something liberating. As I said to you before, and now also to our very lovely audience, I just think the 20s, it just brings matters into perspective. My 20s were all about exploring myself in any way, and I am done with this part. This chapter is over, and a new thing comes on top. Now, I can feel the difference.
Yeah, but you're still going to explore yourself to some dimension.
Until the bitter end, for sure.
Yeah, of course. So it just looks different, I think. But I think we should stop putting so much stock in the number because I don't want to ever look in the mirror and be like, I'm old. I literally live a more exciting, youthful life than people I know who are 22. I literally live out of my one suitcase.
You do.
I'm a traveling band of one. There's no one in my band but me.
But it's kind of cute, and in Bethnal Green, right? I mean, just to let you guys know, Jules is everywhere. I think she lived in every neighborhood or borough in London. I think you're in Bethnal Green, right?
I'm closer by my market, so Cambridge Heath.
Oh, lovely.
Gorgeous. I'm back in my old neighborhood. But yes, as Rosa points out, we haven't been together for a long time, mostly because it's my fault, and I've been on a worldwide tour.
For example, China.
Yeah, so I went to China, which, wow, it really is, there's so much to unpack there. And it is, I just had no idea. I was so ignorant going in. I just didn't know what to expect. I was just I'm going to China. I guess it's happening. And I just kind of went. And I was there and I was amazed and surprised and just be I don't know. I actually don't even know what I expected. When I went to Kenya last year, I was had so many preconceived notions because growing up in the US, you talk so much about the African continent, the African context. Yeah, because, we're
okay. Yes,
the
I
history
get it.
of our country.
Took me a bit.
Yeah, we talk, we learn a lot about it in school. And I went there and it completely shattered my notion of what I had learned about in school. I was wow, there's so much innovation and hope and there's just so much going on there, and it completely shattered what I thought. But going to China, I actually don't even know what I expected. I actually didn't even know what to expect. And yes, I had so much that I thought about China because obviously we all study China in school. I have studied China since middle school.
I just love that you do that because we don't. We never really talked about China.
You didn't do world history in Germany?
We do, but we're touched by, it goes maybe until 9th grade, and then we just talk about the Third World War. Second, Freud.
Oh my God, that is a Freudian slip. I mean,
Second, guys, second one.
I mean, yeah, you guys really have to go in deep on that.
We go to every concentration camp everywhere around. We know everything about it. So,
I mean, that's really, but that makes sense for German context. I mean, but even like at LSE, you never learned about China and like the economic impacts of China.
For us, like, I think it was very much about like who was in this course and who dictated what we talk about.
Got it.
And one of the courses was political communication. Funnily enough, almost only Americans, and therefore we only talked about America. And I was wondering, maybe we can talk about India, the biggest democracy in the world, or any other thing, but that wasn't really the case. So,
yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, like at LSE, like I took an emerging markets class, and like we did all these case studies based in China and India and other emerging markets and economies. And then in undergraduate, I did so many case studies on, like world hegemon theory and like what the world's gonna look like in 100 years. And like, so I've read so much about what people think will become a China and all of that. But I just like didn't even have my own thoughts formed, I felt like, because it just felt like so far away always.
Of course. I mean, like, it's not experience of yours. It's just theory, in the end.
Yeah. But then I landed there and I was like, it was like being in a different world. I literally forgot what world I was in for like a week. It was like 6 days of just not knowing what world I was in. And it was incredible. Like the transit infrastructure, like I love trains. Yeah. Who doesn't love a train?
I love a train too.
Oh, who doesn't love trains?
Well, one of the things I'd love to do is to like just hop into a train and just take me somewhere. And then we just, we commute anywhere I want and use the infrastructure of a train.
Oh my God, the infrastructure of trains in major cities in China is incredible.
Can't imagine. Yeah,
it is so clean. It is so safe. It runs so efficiently. It's so well connected. I was just like having the time of my life taking the train. Like I took the maglev train. Have you ever heard of the maglev train?
No, I just know the bullet train in Japan, which is super unrelated to what you're saying. Please continue. So, I don't know it.
So the maglev train is this like train that goes from the Shanghai airport into the center of Shanghai. And it goes in like within 1 second from 0 to 300 kilometers per hour. I thought I was like on a roller coaster.
That's crazy.
For context, I don't like roller coasters, so I was a little scared. I was like, we're gonna fall off.
In once, like that's crazy.
I was like, and I could have taken an Uber from the airport because I had to take an Uber when I got off the maglev train. Not an Uber, a Didi. We're in China. There's no Uber in China.
Didi.
It's that's
like DD or
DIDI. Didi. Honestly, fantastic. Great. Also, oh my God. I was having the time of my life. I was like,
how long did it take you? Just
from the Shanghai. Okay, so if I had taken a DD from the Shanghai airport to my hotel, it would have been an hour and 10 minutes. I took the maglev train from the Shanghai airport to the center of Shanghai. It took 7 minutes.
Oh, what?
And then my DD took an additional 15 minutes the rest of the way. I left my phone and it's vibrating behind me, and I'm just gonna do that because that was bad of me.
No, I don't know. Right?
That was bad.
As long as it's not distracting you.
Well, no, I feel like we're gonna hear. I feel the vibration in my pocket. So
I hate that as well.
I'm gonna lose my train of thought because I've been so spacey lately. But yeah, it was just like
I can only. It sounds great though. It's perfect for my brain to think that you can actually get very fast from one place to another, and you can actually focus on other things than commuting. Okay, this is gonna work. It's reliable. Let's go to the next meeting.
I know, and I love the I don't know. I just feel like China was like the new meets old way of China was so incredible because obviously it's like a deeply, deeply historical place. Like a lot of history has happened in China. It's an old country.
Yep.
But the rate of innovation there is so much faster. Like you don't use a credit card anywhere there. Everything's done through barcode scanning. Also, the way app infrastructure is built there, like everything's done in one centralized app. Like I just had Alipay and that had everything I needed. I didn't need any other apps.
So you basically scan a QR code and then you okay.
And that's how you pay for everywhere.
Are you paying like mostly in and money itself or also Bitcoin? What's the most? Is it like 50-50?
I hooked up my American credit card to my Alipay account and that's how I did it. But I think you can like whatever, you just need to have money in your Alipay wallet.
Okay.
So maybe with crypto, I actually have no idea. I didn't
Okay,
check.
I thought,
But I mean, it's fascinating, right? Like,
I mean, it is for sure.
Like Apple Pay's not a thing there.
It's just its own ecosystem, to be honest.
It was incredible.
And by the way, guys, just to let you know, our account got banned during your stay in China, which is completely unrelated. I just wanted to slip it in,
Oh my God. I don't think it was related.
I don't think so either. I got, again, like 2 days ago when I actually did my workout, Instagram said, yeah, my account got banned again, like my personal one, and I needed to do like this ID verification, like a longer process than usual. Plus, it didn't really recognize my passport, so I had one last attempt before they shut it down for good.
God.
I went through I don't know,
the
to
meltdown.
heaven, hell, beyond everything. It was not good. I had a meltdown. Yeah, I was like, please no. I don't care about any other account, but my personal one, it sounds that I'm very addicted to my phone, which is probably true.
Yeah.
But that was a tough one. I don't know what's happening at the moment or what I'm doing or what the community guidelines are.
I mean, what I've been hearing from, it could be because you're a lesbian.
You think so?
Not to be spicy, but I know a few other like lesbian accounts, but these are like lesbian community groups that have been banned.
Yeah, but I'm not really putting out any gay-ish content. I'm more.
But your existence is gay.
Okay.
I love how you just accepted that. You're like, oh, okay.
That's why. Easy.
But it's so funny because it's not funny. I don't know why I said that's so funny. But maybe that's my hypothesis because your personal account, you don't really put that much stuff on it besides boxing content.
Exactly.
And I have been seeing I follow a lot of lesbian and queer communities on Instagram, and people have been reporting issues.
I mean, it must be. I hope so. Or somebody reported me and just hates me. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel very privileged to have a hater, if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hope that Instagram is just banning lesbian accounts. It's kind of scary.
It could also be, I mean, I'm sharing a lot of Trump memes with a specific friends group, but nobody else got banned. So I don't know. We'll find out at one point eventually. I just hope it stops now. And IG really recognizes that my account has no malicious content, anything weird on it.
It's crazy. No, it's super weird. It's also weird the way they can just throw you off of the platform like that. It's bizarre.
It's really bizarre.
But this is why a lot of content creators don't use Instagram anymore. They use TikTok because TikTok, you don't have these issues on TikTok.
Yeah, but we use TikTok, but not really because I think
I've never even used it.
Exactly.
So. I have literally been on TikTok once in my life.
You're just scared of becoming addicted to it.
Totally. I'm totally addicted. I've been really in a brain rot hole lately. And literally this morning, I reached for my phone because I had to check the Summer House drama. If you know, you know. And I was like, I got to get off my phone. This is
honestly
bad.
But I feel the same. We wanted to talk about it anyway today and about the past 2-3 weeks. I don't know what's going on with me as well. I know hormonally, my hormones are a little bit out of balance. I'm doom scrolling a lot, more than usual. Every single task feels like, it just takes me ages to get into the zone. It's just a struggle at the moment, I cannot even explain it. If it's the season, if it's the hay fever, if it's hormones, whatever that is, but I'm on edge in a weird, very groggy way. Not on edge, but more I'm going to fall asleep in one point or I'm collapsing.
Yeah. It could be the weather shift. I don't know. I mean, I'm going through something really similar, but different symptoms.
Yeah.
But I mean, it definitely could be weather shift because also we're getting cold weather than hot weather. And it's kind of tough for our bodies to adapt. It also could be lack of sleep because you've been partying a lot. Not to call you out, but
you always say that. Okay, we have to distinguish. I had my birthday weekend at home, which was not really partying, but just
but the week
alcohol
before
drained.
You were going out for your birthday.
True. Okay, March. Fair.
But it does it's I was talking to someone about how I've been feeling and they're like, how's your sleep been? And I was like, well, I've been literally on a worldwide tour. I have been in so many different time zones.
Jules the world tour.
World tour. One night only. And
God, the mics,
loud.
Stop clapping.
I know, I'm really trying not to smack it, but but yeah, I don't know, maybe it's that because when you just regulate your sleep, it just regulates your hormonal cycle. And as you always say, we're not that young anymore. We're old.
Fake Jules. I'm not that bad. But yes, I mean, like, I just feel like different. But yeah, I'm coming back to your point. It must be like a combination of lots of things. I also personally love a horoscope. Of course, I was reading about it. And apparently last weekend, every planet was in Aries, which never really happened. And that's a very
intense.
strong sign and intense. But without going into the esoteric route, that's also maybe an argument to consider. Just saying. Yeah, so I just hope, I wouldn't say pray, but I really hope that you just have to continuously go back into like the treadmill of life, and then it's hopefully sorts itself out. But I don't have an answer to it. And I think to bring you back into like quoting you, to just relax and just,
just relax.
Just relax.
I mean, I think this is like slowing down like really matters, because like I have been in a similar place. I'm not feeling like a lot of like emotional pits and valleys, but I'm feeling physical pits and valleys. Like I've just been like, something's been off with my hormones. And like we were actually debating before this episode, like, do we want to talk about this? Because it's like, oh, it's already hard being like a female business owner, but then you don't want to be like, have this perception that you're like ruled by your hormones.
True. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought it was just about the topic per se.
No. Okay. You know, I have no shame. I will talk about like literally anything with anyone.
True.
But it's like, yeah, it's been like really, really hard to like show up and do my work and like be a business lady, because I've been feeling a madame. It sounds like I'm like running a brothel. Yeah. A madame. You can call me madame. That's a story for another day. And yeah, like I don't know, it's been really hard to like show up and do that, because physically I've been feeling really off. I feel like it has to do with my hormones, and like as a result, my focus has been really bad. My like gut has been feeling bad. Like my whole body has just been feeling off. And it's like the result is I'm like sleeping like 10 hours a night. And I am just like have no fire in me to like deal with people, I'm like,
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Social environments at the moment really draining. I can only do it with people where I know I can relax and I don't have to perform. Everything else is on pulling me on edge. Well, it brings me to a certain point I don't want to go to. I do believe, though, and I'm trying to see it from a positive angle. I do believe our bodies and minds are resetting a little bit, or like maybe preparing of what's going to come.
Maybe.
I think the clarity will be there. I'm trying not to pressure myself that we're already almost in May this year. Like this year flew by. I don't know.
Like, we're not at the halfway point. We're not talking about it.
Yeah. I'm just, but
we
hey.
have 2 more months. We have 2.5 more months, and we're halfway through the year.
Yeah. But just saying, like, that's also part of my thought process that I'm like, oh my God, this year should have been the year. I put obviously again pressure on myself also regarding agency growth, also personal growth somehow, again.
Yeah, but you're doing great.
Of course, but like, like my brain doesn't stop, like yours doesn't stop.
I know, but
right?
But if you're feeling, but we've been talking about this every time we talk, because you're like, I'm exhausted. Like you've been telling me all the time, I'm exhausted. You gotta just take some time off. Your work is gonna suffer. Like you cannot grow if you run yourself into the ground.
No, you're right. I know you're right, and I always say you're right every episode. I do think, like in August, I'm gonna take time off. I also booked a couple of, long weekends, so I'm doing that.
Good.
It's in the making. I'm just, I do believe it's very difficult to change your attitude from one month to another. I think for me, it's a gradual process to be like, okay, how do I balance my life? What does it actually mean to have, like, pick your battle, also have fun at work? Like, these things always, I feel like, not always, but often, like, subsume under duty for me.
Yeah.
And I believe that's kind of a shift in my attitude that I have to change over time gradually. And that just, will potentially take another couple of episodes here.
Yeah. I mean, fair. Totally fair. You have to shift your attitude, but it's like, I think in the cycle of being a business owner, you go from like, you're just trying to survive. Like that's stage 1 is survival. It's like, okay, like, do I have like 1 or 2 clients who will pay me so I can pay my bills? Then you start having people come to you, which is like the stage you're at right now, which is like, people are coming to you, you're booking new clients, business is good. You're actually able to consider, hey, do I want to scale back in places where it doesn't make sense anymore, it doesn't align anymore? Like that's like having that autonomy to do it. And then stage 3 is the real growth mindset, which is like the blind belief in yourself that's got you to the point, to the starting line in the beginning has to come back. And you have to be like, okay, now how are we going to rinse and repeat and sustain this for 10, 15 more years?
Yeah.
And like doing that long-term planning and like taking those risks, taking vacation, like actually taking the time, because you're like me, every single one of your weeks is packed. You literally get up every day at 6:30. You're up at early, 7?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, you're up early. You probably are doing emails in the morning. Then you maybe go work out. You come back, client 1, lock in 3 hours. Break, client 2, lock in 3. It's like never ending.
Another club.
Lock in. But it's like back to back to back. And then death time never comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're always doing work for someone else. And it's like funny because we both, being a freelancer is such a crazy thing because you have an agency, but you're operating as a freelancer. Like in order to build an agency, you have to first operate as a freelancer. So what that means is that you're essentially embedded in other people's companies. So then you end up spending so much time on other people's company strategies. But then you lose all the time for yourself because you're spending all your time strategizing other people's businesses.
Exactly that. I mean, it's also this whole like, I wouldn't say fairy tale, but like this whole thing about over-promising something as well. Or like, yeah, I'm going to do that. It's also about how you communicate that and about setting boundaries. I find it incredibly difficult to do that. And it's for me a very emotional thing. But nobody knows because not obviously, but I'm in a home office. It's not like people see me like struggling with boundaries in person or something. But for me internally, it's really okay. If I'm going to do this now and not set my boundary, I'm going to have stress later and I have to do that now and maybe feel a bit uncomfortable doing so. But at least in the future, I have more space or make it very transparent how things are going to happen. No, for sure. Yeah. And I was also thinking, this year and also, the next couple of years, what are my phases on how to bring this freelancer, people buy into me towards they're buying into an agency with, one or two other people and the concept of it rather than just me. And I feel like right now, in order to get there, obviously more clients, more like, I don't know, depth. And that's going to be my first stage. And I say it's more like brand awareness in a sense. So I'm going out, maybe doing some interviews with people anyways, or maybe do some collaborations there with magazines or other, customers, and then see how it goes and see if I can get actually bigger accounts than just, I don't know, startups is just starting. That's great. But also thinking from a perspective of actually my expertise in Series A+. So kind of figuring that out now, market research, I'd say.
Yeah.
How is it for you at the moment?
Well, I wanted to ask you one follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
Because you still price on like a retainer model, not on a project model, right?
Depends. It really is a feeling thing. If I see, okay, this is going to be more like a workshop kind of thing because they have everything else. Like they have a marketing team in-house. They do that already, but they need to have this little punch to get to the next step.
Yeah, then you go project.
Exactly. But if I see, okay, there is lots to do, maybe they need help from going from Series A to Series B.
Then you go retainer.
Exactly.
So I think this is like something I also have noticed in my own pricing that I've been thinking a lot about the last 2 weeks because I'm just trying to recalibrate because I'm like, I can't split myself in two.
Yeah, exactly.
Because for example, I got asked to go run a boot camp in July. But at the same time, I've also been asked to go run another program someplace else.
Don't tell me you said yes to both.
No, I had to say no. I had to say no to one. I had to say one to no. I had to say no to one. I sound like Yoda. One no. I can't speak like Yoda. I'm not going to do that. I had to say no to one.
Okay.
And that was really painful for me because I was like, I really want the money. But 2, I really thought both opportunities were really good for me.
Can I ask what the other opportunity was? Was it in Europe, in the UK?
One's in Europe, one's going to India.
Okay, got it.
So it's,
Cool.
Yeah. And then I had a third one come through that would be US, and it's like, it's great. People want me. But again, cannot split myself.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about this a lot because, this is the thing that's really hard about consultancies, right? Like you are the product. And then you have to figure out, how do I scale this with me as the product, but then having other people do work that I'm going to say is as good as my work. And so I've been trying to back away from pricing retainers, even though I love a retainer because it is, monthly recurring revenue, it's repeatable revenue. Because if I price a retainer, I'm going to get embedded in someone else's company. And then the cycle continues. So I've been trying to only price projects lately, which is a challenge. I mean, I still have 2 clients on retainer, but I've been really trying to just back away from the retainer model until I can be like, can I think of a model where I can hire people who I could subcontract for me and then go work on these retainers.
Yeah.
And for retainers, I've been doing retainers that are no more than like 35 hours a month. So that way, there's no scenario where I'm spending more than like 1 day a week working for a specific person. And it's been helping me a lot make progress on other parts of my business. It definitely feels kind of scary because it's like, I want money. I like nice things.
I think it's going to happen eventually, not eventually. I mean, you already have great projects, girl, at least what you told me. I think it's just going to go one step after another up, and let's see what we're going to review on when we're at the end of the year. If we can do like a wrap, like
we should do a wrap. We should do
wrap.
like Spotify wrap version of our
journey.
Yeah, of our journey for the year. But it is something like food for thought because like you could price a giant project, right? Like if you saw a client needed multiple things to get them from Series A to Series B, you could price it as a project.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, important to mention maybe is that I also made a big step, I think 2.5 weeks ago, that I really went and reduced my hours with, let's say, my main client that I had was like 4 days a week, and now I'm on 1.5 days, which is it was the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
Because of exactly that reason. I have the same issue, really. I don't even know what to add because it's definitely relating to my situation as well. And to have flexibility in my day, and it's not like people control me. It's all in my head, I just feel watched if I'm like doing 4 days a week and I'm not doing it correctly. So for me, it's like being flexible within the day, and maybe some people look at my hours or something, some BS, that nobody really cares about, but I do. And that restricts me from 100%. A broader mindset, like thinking bigger than just these little stupid details that are just energy 100%. Wasting.
No, it just doesn't work. I mean, if you're going to work fractionally, like I like fractional work. I think it's great. I love being part of a team, but like if you have a broader goal of running an agency, fractional work like doesn't really work in that context. It's just too hard. And the most you can really give of yourself is a few hours a month. But anything more than 20 hours a week you're just working for a company at that point. But it is hard to like make that bet on yourself. I was talking to a friend this week and he was having the same problem. He was like, I don't know, like in order to grow my business, I need to back off the thing that has made me money because it's my bread and butter, but it's not where I see my brand going. Yeah. And he's like, if I keep going down this path, my brand's gonna get pigeonholed. And I was like, you're so right. And I said to him, I was like, yeah, I mean, I just went through this. I just left a role that I really liked. I liked the people. I liked everything about it, but it's not, I liked making the money. It's not aligned with those growth goals I have in mind. And he was like, yeah, but how do you just give up a paycheck every month?
Yeah. It's tough. It's
scary.
It's a process though. Like I do feel like I'm for all the bold people out there, kudos to you to have this, okay, we're going to go all in, because I need to do that gradually. I could never do that. I'm just too of I love security. I want to plan my year. I want to know, okay, I'm safe. I have savings on my account. I could never go all in like that. Or if something really dramatic happened in my life, potentially, but I'm privileged enough, which 100%. Is good. And maybe I wouldn't say a bad thing. That's definitely not bad, but I'm privileged enough to think that way,
So fair.
So,
I know it's really, really hard. I was, and I like, it's different for everyone making that decision. I mean, listen, it took me 2 years to make this call to leave this company, and some of my reframing is happening now, but it's also coming at a time where I am in a position of privilege. Like, I have done really well in the first half of the year. So if I completely blow out the rest of the year and do nothing, it'll be okay. And I'm also really lucky, like, having a partner who like totally supports this vision and like very much, and I know your partner is also extremely supportive of you.
Yeah.
Like, my partner Mars is constantly like, you need to do more things that enable you to bet on yourself. You need to stop doing the things that you think you need to do because you think we need money. We'll be okay. Because I know in a year, you're going to just be like blowing out everything.
Do you know what? It's one-to-one what Laura said to me as well, like very similar. I have the feeling, she said to me, if you have more time, you have more time for sales and it will eventually come back. You know what I mean? And that's just this little, let's say, gap that for us being very impatient, want to see results immediately is, I think, this big risk that actually is just an illusion. You know?
And like having a partner who backs your idea, and which is also really privileged because not everyone is in a partnership and can have that support.
Again, privilege, for sure.
It is privilege. It's so privileged to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all these things that like hold us back because growing a business is really, it's not a linear path. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it except like it's like this delusional sense that like it's going to be fine. And yeah, you gotta just take a cut, I think, to move. My sense is you really have to take a cut in order to get to that growth point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to add to this, maybe I feel like I could never go and do a 9-to-5 job for somebody. Like, I tried, and as we said just right now with the situation of then you are basically embedded in a company, you're working for them, is not only because of the agency growth an issue for me, but also a personal issue because I have a problem with authority at some point, you know?
We know. We know. Oh my God.
I do. And like, it's important for me to be honest with me about that. And I'm just simply unhappy if I'm not with, and it's really, really difficult to find good people who are very good at leading as well and where they trust you and you trust them back. So I don't,
it's super, I mean, have you ever seen the movie Rebel Without a Cause?
No.
You are James Dean. You kind of are dressed like James Dean today.
Today I went for the 70s style, yes. Thought so.
You should watch that movie, Rebel Without a Cause. It actually doesn't really match that much with what you're talking about, but you are a rebel without a cause.
It's the look and feel, baby.
You literally cannot be tamed, cannot be held back. Nope. You don't want to hear it. You're just like, nope, 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 nope.
Yeah, but you too. I mean, like, we also, by the way, guys, I think it's important to mention that we also had a little bit of a discussion. You know, I guess it also has to do with friendship, that it cannot only go one way and it's always, best case scenario and we always are happy and stuff like that. We also had our discussions the last couple of months, which I think was important for us. Poor Adrian, let's say, I would say our colleague, our team member cuts the podcast, if you don't know about it. He was squished in between the two of us in, a meeting and a discussion, but I think now everything's fine.
Oh my God, I love when you call it a discussion. We had a fight.
Yeah.
We fully had a fight. We got on a call and we fully just came at each other. It was like not that bad. Like there wasn't that much, It was some harsh tones.
Yeah, I think you're really rude right now. I'm not rude.
You can't decide what's rude and what's not.
Actually funny.
It was actually really, I kind of wish we recorded it. It was kind of iconic. But why are you bringing this up?
Because I think it gives us a cutting edge, It's not always everything's polished, and I'm happy about that. I think I'm not to say I'm proud of it, but I do think for me a good balanced friendship has to do with also having these fights or discussions. Yeah. Otherwise, I would not trust it. Like we never seen each other in a place where we got really upset about the other. And for me, this is important also in a relationship. You have to have fights. Come on.
I mean, this is where I think also this like growth mindset comes back. Like just like to tie it into what we're talking about is like, I mean, it's very hard to like be doing stuff on your own, right? And then on top of that, like you need to have friends that help you through it. And then, or just like in your life, if you're trying to grow in your life, like if you're trying to like level up your business, level up your life, like move things forward. You have to have people that are willing to like push and grow with you. And like our fight was like not about really growth. It was just, I think both of us were just being alpha that day. But I think like it is really something that I think both of us really appreciate about our friendship outside of this podcast is like we're always like pushing each other. Like I had a big contract that I needed help with, and the person I normally go to, shout out Shiley, was not available. So I went to Rosa, and it was great. And I felt really supported. And like Rosa has done the same with me and talked to me about stuff. And, you know, we've been talking a lot about this with like friendships too, because Rosa just celebrated her 30th. She brought all of her people home for the first time.
True. That was pretty, it was very emotional for me, I have to say.
Did it feel like a big growth circle, a big growth moment?
It was really last weekend was something it's just a once in a lifetime thing. I do believe that it was just as if my family and also my friends, they knew each other for 10 years. It was no friction, no language barrier in that sense. It was just a beautiful setting. And for me, just so nice because without like shedding a tear or something, but like in my high school times or my college times, because I live relatively far away from the city and also because it was just not the moment in time. I never really had people over, really no one. Just to have the setting of having people doing like a slumber party because 2 or 3 people were sleeping at mine and the other ones went to a hotel. It was just a really nice thing. And it felt like, oh, wow, okay, that's how I found my people, you know?
Yeah.
It felt like communal almost.
Yeah.
So sadly, Jules couldn't come, by the way, because of visa issues. But next time we do
it. To be resolved soon.
Yeah, hopefully. And then we do a deep work session. I promise you at my house, it would be great.
Yeah, but that growth is super important too, because I think we talk a lot about growing our businesses, but like that's a huge growth moment for you because you literally were like, I've never brought friends home.
Never. Or my mom decided they are not allowed to come. So because she saw them, this is not a good person.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, okay.
That's so funny.
It's the truth though.
I love that. But I think like that is a piece of growth that we don't talk about either is like having people around you and like, what does that do to your psyche? What does that do to your ability to grow? Like, I feel like my ability to push myself and grow comes to the fact that I'm also like really surrounded by people, like not just my partner who supports me, but friends who support me and all these growth moments in my personal life too. And I feel like I'm constantly evaluating like, who am I spending my time with? Like I've been spending a lot of time alone lately.
How do you feel about it? I guess good, huh?
Well, I was in Berlin, and I don't have a lot of friends in Berlin, so I feel quite lonely, to be honest, when I'm in Berlin. But it's good because I think I need to get back to spending more time with myself.
But you always say that. I mean, you spend a lot of time with yourself in general. I mean, which is a good thing. Yes. It sounds like I'm accusing you, but it's more like I'm impressed because I'm failing to do that even though I need it. So I'm just wondering, how much time do you want to spend by yourself then?
I like to have now that I'm like fully like really working on my own, I think that's where I'm feeling more lonely because I usually go to a co-working space in Berlin. I didn't do that this time. And so like I literally was like from like 8:30 in the morning until like 7 p.m. at night, just truly on my own all day, which feels crazy. I'm trying not to use that word, which feels intense. And then on top of that, like in the evenings, like usually I like socialize 2 to 3 weeknights. And then I do like one big socialization day on the weekend.
Okay. What's a big socialization thing for you? It's like a party?
I'll do like brunch and then I'll go out at night. Like back to back.
Like a meeting, just the same thing basically.
Back to back. But like that's like my like ideal because I do like having time to like do my life things, like clean my house, read a book, you know.
What are you reading at the moment?
Not Quite Dead Yet. It is.
That's perfect. That should be the title of the podcast.
Not quite dead yet. We're still kicking. But it's for my book club.
Right.
Yeah, my book club.
The book club.
The book club. But I don't know, like, why? How are you? I feel like you're never by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like, also coming back to this weekend from last weekend.
Yeah.
The weekend from last weekend. It showed me again, like, okay, to bring this full circle because I wanted to just come back to 2 things, the weekend and also these phases that you were talking about beforehand. For me, it sounds like you have to sometimes revisit and go back to the past in order to create your future.
100%.
And I do think that's kind of what I also, I'd say, realized is the person I used to be when I was home was very present. And this person needs a lot of alone time. I love to be in the library from 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. just by myself, just going through ideas. And I want to reintroduce that back into my life because it makes me, it helps me to regulate everything else. Like just to shut myself in and out at the same time. And that's a thing that I really want to do. And to answer your question, yes, I do need more time alone. And I don't take that time, to be honest. It's also because I love spending time with Laura. I mean, it's basically being alone, but just a bit better.
But it's not being alone. It doesn't count.
But it's nice.
Yeah, but it doesn't count.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
But also, like, this is part of this growth piece is like having that time to just sit with yourself that's not work time. Like last Friday was a great example. I had no plans, which sometimes I feel really self-conscious about not having plans on a weekend night. But then I was like, I don't care. I have friends.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do.
And I went for a run. And then after my run.
How long was your run?
It was only like 8 kilometers.
Okay. How long did it take you now? I'm just wondering, like, because now I'm in the stats. You know?
Oh, wait. So she's like really, because we're going running tomorrow. And I keep being like, I'm really slow right now. It's going to be fine. And I think you're trying to like size me up for tomorrow.
No, I just want to understand. And I also am looking forward to seeing you run because, again, I feel like
I can't imagine me running.
Yeah, I cannot imagine anyone to run. It's just such an unusual thing to think about. Yes, the only person I could see is Ed. I cannot imagine Brenton. Definitely not Laura. I've never seen her sprint or run fast in my entire life.
I'm sure she can run.
Yeah, sure, but it will look funny. I'm sure.
Oh my God, you're
okay. Anyway,
it's a weird rabbit hole.
Weird.
But anyways, the sun was shining. It was gorgeous out, and I went and sat outside by myself at like a really nice restaurant and had like olives and a non-alcoholic drink. And it was fantastic.
No fries this time?
No fries, because as I said, my hormones been really out of whack. So I'm trying to do a whole reset, body reset. And it was amazing. And I was like, I love being by myself. Like being alone with my thoughts, gorgeous. And it's like helping me see more clearly what I want and like be less afraid. I feel like when I'm in moments of a lot of fear, I like seek out more people because I'm deeply avoidant as a person. Like I'm confrontational like in my relationships, but like when it comes to my life, I avoid things for as long as humanly possible and just hope it doesn't happen. And so
that makes sense. Yeah.
So it was really nice. It's been really, really nice. So that's been great. But then like when I'm coming back to London, I'm like, wow, all my friends here just are so inspiring to me. They're all just like highly motivated people. They know what they want. They are super supportive of like my business and my own growth. And I don't know, I just like love the energy of it. And like when you surround yourself with people that like make you feel seen and heard, and like for you, like being able to bring bring friends home for the first time, like that tells you you're doing so many things right in your life.
Yeah.
And the osmosis will go to your work life as well.
I love osmosis. Thank you so much for that.
Biology.
Yeah, bring it in. No, but you're right. That's actually a good point. That's the feeling. It was just this natural feeling of like, oh, it fits like a glove. I did everything right because I'm telling you, my biggest, let's say, the person who decides over my life, and it will always be the case, is going to be my mother because she knows me so well. And if she tells me, Rosa, this person isn't good for you, I have no problem with really questioning everything fundamentally about this person and cut them out if necessary.
That's so intense.
I know. But she was always right. Until now. I'm pretty sure lots of people have the same thing with their mothers. I mean, it's not that extreme. I'm just saying it like that to make it clear. Life is more complex than that. But to see that wasn't the case at all with none shows me I'm living life the right way. And my mom loves Laura as well. She just adores her. She's almost obsessed with her. She's asking me so often about her, how she's doing. That's a great sign because my mom never does that stuff. So
yeah, I mean, if she didn't if she was not into your life partner, then that's bad vibes.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation.
Definitely.
Don't want to be in that situation.
Oh, no. You definitely don't. I'm just thankful, you know.
Crawl away slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, crawl away slowly.
So yeah, we have our run tomorrow. 10 kilometers.
It's going to be great. I'm excited because normally Rosa and I, we work and then we go to the pub and we start with non-alcoholic drinks and then we just kind of fall
When
into
did we start with non-alcoholic
a few
drinks?
times.
Tap water.
And then we descend into drinks. So this time we're going to be healthy and we're going running.
And then we have brunch. You know, maybe I really am this bad influence. It's kind of, it's coming
You should
through.
reflect on that now that,
Oh, I mean, I'm also thinking you should have fun in your life. And if that entails sometimes drinking some alcohol, honestly, having an Aperol Spritz or any kind of stuff with aperitivo.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Listen, I love an aperitivo more than the next girl, but I'm excited about it. It's going to be a really great way to start the weekend. Yep. And I love doing that to start the weekend because I think, again, because we're always pushing so hard, I now have this new rule, no laptops on Saturday. So
I thought it's Sundays.
No, Sunday, the week is coming. I got to get back on my laptop. But Saturdays, I do stuff like this. And it's so fun to move with other people and be outside. And then we have sun again here in London. Oh my God, thank God.
It does definitely wonders. It does wonders. But yeah, I mean, I do a light version of this and you're going to be like, oh my God, it's boxing or pool, Rosa. But when I play pool, I leave my phone at home.
That's amazing.
So I just, first of all, it's definitely overwhelming because I'm tuning all of the different sounds and background noises on.
Yeah.
But it's really nice to know I don't feel deprived, oh my God, I need to look at my phone. It's good to know that I have some kind of control if I really want to. It's not as bad as you think it is. As you say, being alone seems terrifying. Actually isn't that bad once you're into it, It's just a matter of adaptation, in my opinion.
No, it really is. And I think it all connects. And I think that's where I'm coming to. It is. I mean, collective consciousness is a real thing. Laugh at me if you may.
No, I love that. And that should be, I am absolutely for making a whole episode about it because I was researching about it. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. But I don't know, when I really think about growing my business and travel and all of these things that I'm doing right now and the moments where I feel really exhausted and the moments where I feel I'm pushing things off, I'm the wellness element to me is the greatest threat in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the thing that we really need to index for. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to put ourselves in. And this is why we're self-employed. Both of us have these stories where we're we just couldn't take it anymore. I mean, go back to our episode where we literally start talk about how our body's shutting down. And so we have to remember that as we push forward, to move through these growth stages too. We can't forget that piece of the story either.
Yep.
And it's been honestly a gorgeous month because for me, post-China, everything's been off. And I don't know if it's being hormones, body, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I now am getting back to taking care of myself and that wellness. And that's gorgeous.
I'm pretty sure we both on the same track. Really, I do feel it. Physically, emotionally, nothing really has changed. It doesn't matter how long we don't see each other. And I'm pretty confident that in the next couple of weeks we'll be balanced. We're going to be in balance again. I'm pretty sure. It's just, I feel as much I have this in October, November, I have that often. This a bit of a depressive episode because we're going into winter and now going into spring. It just, my body needs to adjust. I don't know, setting going from Windows 98 to Windows 2000.
Oh my God. Okay, so to wrap us up, let's just end with, because I feel this has been very both uplifting but also reflective.
Yeah.
What's a rose, a bud, and a thorn for you coming up?
A rose? A rose is, I think, spontaneously, that's a very good idea. Rose is that I feel I'm putting also my personal interest first in the agency. So really going and being out there with people, interviewing them, creating content, not only seeking for money, but also thinking about my vision, which is bringing all different layers together, economy, political and also cultural layer, and what that means for technology in the future. That's kind of my thing at the moment, and I write about it. So I want to do that, and I'm about to do this.
Yeah.
So that's my rose. What else do we have?
Bud, thorn.
What's bud?
Something you're really looking forward to.
My next long weekend in end of May.
Where are you going?
To close to Oxford. It's in Woodstock. I should know it.
Gorgeous.
Blenheim Palace.
Gorgeous.
I shouldn't scream. Blenheim Palace. And I go there with Laura, and we're just gonna, have 2 nights just on our own with lots of nature. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
And my thorn is my hormones, and I hope that's gonna go away.
I just want to get rid of them.
It's just like I'm tired. Like I just want to. The thorn is that I'm just a bit.
I mean, it's so tough on us, like being business owners. You just have to keep going, even when like our bodies are constantly changing. And I really want to hear more female business owners talk about this.
That's why we're here.
Because it really is. It's so tough.
What about you though? So rose, bud, thorn.
Okay. My rose is I'm back in London for like a month, and I'm just so happy to be back. Like as soon as I got into East London, got off the train at Cambridge Heath, I was like, this is the happiest place ever for me. So
I'm glad.
Huge rose.
Yes.
Bud is I'm going to the World of Beautiful Business conference in Athens in 14 days.
What's that?
It is one of the most gorgeous conferences in the world. It is all about connection, community, people. It is experimental. It is cutting edge. It just like is not a conference where you're just going and like exchanging LinkedIn's the whole time. Like you're having like really immersive, deep, emotional conversations with people.
That's so cool.
So I'm really excited for that. And I also love Athens. I'm going to eat so much Greek salad. So it's going to be amazing. And then Thorn is I'm still dealing with some of my immigration stuff for Germany.
Right.
So I have my big appointment on Monday morning.
Next Monday?
Yeah, 8 a.m. on Monday.
Early. Do you have all of your documents ready?
I'm going to do a document audit today, and I have 3 copies printed. But I'm worried because I double-sided, and I'm like, will they be upset that it's double-sided? But
I have no idea
environment,
about that.
Though. I'll just say I'm saving the environment.
It's German bureaucracy. These are different rules. I would rather just have a printed version where you have every page and not double printed, to be honest.
I'm going to look if it's a problem, and then I'll reprint. But it's like 80 pages, so I'll be really annoyed if I have to reprint. Yeah.
Okay,
anyway, so that's a thorn because it's obviously back of my mind. But hopefully it'll be sorted after this.
I hope so too. And when we see each other in the next episode, I'm pretty sure we have more to talk about. Your visa, what's the next plan, how Athens was.
I'll be a resident of Deutschland. I'm one of you now.
Yes. Herzlich willkommen.
Ah, danke, danke.
Well, and with that, I guess, guys, thank you for listening. If you have actually rose, bud, and thorn about your life, please let us know. Would love to actually.
I love how you do this at the end of every episode. You're like, please tell us, please.
Yes. I mean, I always forget to actually bring it back into the episode.
I know.
You know, it's not like people don't answer us. It's more like figuring out. But anyway.
We'll talk about it.
Exactly.
Okay. Ciao, everyone.
Bye.
I hate that kiss. That was weird. Bye. Okay, we need to...